Hello, this is Mr. Shelton with Florida Virtual School. I am the instructor for AP Computer Science A. Welcome. The purpose of this video is to allow you to go through all of the welcome call topics in the event that you're not able to make an appointment in time and you would like to go ahead and get started in the course. Okay, so if you would rather make an appointment, you can do so on the landing page here. Down at the bottom on where appointments are made, you can do a welcome call appointment, and there are various other appointments that you can make during the year. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at the agenda. So the welcome topic calls, what we will cover in this video, why you need to confirm your contact information, why it's good for you to do a self-examination of why you're taking the course. And if you're taking it through your local school, there are some things that we must abide by. We're going to talk about a finish date for you for the first half of the course. Then we're going to get into the curriculum, the two parts of the curriculum, which creates the structure of the course. And we want to talk about your assignments or assessments, quizzes, exams, what a discussion-based assessment is, the final exam rule, your minimum expected progress in the course per week, how your grade is calculated, and we would like to give you some advice for success in the course. Okay, so we will start with the contact information. Please allow me to navigate over to my dashboard here. This is VSA, Virtual School Administrator. Many of you sign on to this before clicking on the actual class. And in here, we have to make sure that some things are accurate. So I'd like for you to take time to go through your profiles. You have a profile for your primary parent. It is extremely important that that information is accurate because let's say for instance the address, that's the address we're going to use to mail you your transcript, and that happens automatically within days of issuing the final grade for the first semester, which is the first half of the course. So that has to be accurate. And sending out any correspondence, that's the address we will send that to. The phone number, of course, for a parent, we need at least one primary phone number for a parent in case we need to get in contact with the parent. And the parent's email address must be accurate. Parents will receive play-by-play of your grades along with a monthly progress report. So when that information is inaccurate, it of course keeps your parent out of the loop and they find out things much later than they need to. A couple other things that we need for you to verify inside of we call this VSA is your academic profile, making sure your school information is correct, and as well as your classification, your grade status can all be checked in there. Lastly, you need to go to your personal profile inside of here, and it's important that your outside email address is correct. If for any reason you stop logging into the course, because we will mainly correspond through the course email. But if you're not logging into the course, that creates a situation where we need to get in contact with you, and it's always great to have an email address that exists outside of this course. Okay, so you want to make sure, and kids use their Yahoo or their Gmail, and we also have a lot of kids who use their brick and mortar school, they use their day school email address, and all of that is fine. Okay, so that's basically the really important information that you need to verify. That's required that you do that. Okay, now why you're taking the course. The reason why you're taking the course can put you on several different paths. If we're going to conduct this recording with assuming that you're going to be taking the AP exam in May. Okay, and many of you have this course linked to, or you're taking it through your school, your home school. So when you're in this category, that puts us on certain timelines. So we're going to be on timelines for completing the course by the time that your counselor needs the grades. And so for many of you, it's before the winter break. There are some of you, it's after the winter break. I have 100% of my students right now. They are planning on taking why you're taking this course determines the route and the plan that you're going to come up with for finishing. And so most students are in a situation where they're taking this course through their local school. Their local school is either paying for it or paying for part of it. And what that dictates is, it dictates the fact that when we mail out correspondence, we owe you communication, and we also owe the school as well. So dual partnership there. And we need to be on the school's timeline in order to report the grade to them so that it can be on your report card. The first half of the year is the first semester for this course, and we would like to have that grade sent in time for it to show up on your second quarter report card if you're on the quarter system, your midpoint report card, or you can call it your first semester report card. So we are setting up the pacing guide, and we're going to email you out a pacing guide after the welcome call. The pacing guide will have on it the finish line date, and most kids are choosing mid-December for their finish line. And what that does is make sure that they are not forced to work over the winter break. And for students who have until January before the second quarter is up, well, all of my students who have a January midterm midpoint, they are also choosing the December finish line because they just don't want to be bothered over the break. And if you're going to work over the winter break, it might as well be you starting the second half of the course, rather than having to finish up the first half of the course. So if you choose to work, hey, you'll be working ahead as an option. Okay, so let's take a look at a pacing guide. Pull one up. Try to get one with no name on it. There we go. Okay, so for the pacing guide that I'm going to send you, I'm going to set up this pacing guide so that we want this to end on December the 19th at the latest. So let me go in and change this to, and there we have it. Starting today and finishing on the 19th, which is a Friday, you see that this pacing guide has assigned 4 grades per week, and that's probably where you are. If you start anytime within the next 2 weeks, today's date is September the 7th. If you start anytime within the next 2 weeks, you're looking at 4 grades per week in order for you to finish by, I'm scrolling down to the bottom, by December 7th, and that will give you a little leeway. It'll give you 12 days cushion before the 19th. Most of the counselors are wanting the grade report in that final week before winter break. So this is the pacing guide that almost everybody is on. And so there's another pacing guide inside of the course. Okay, we want to show you that. When this video is over, you will email me and let me know that you have, let me fix this. You will email me through the course and let me know that you have finished watching the welcome video and that you need your pacing guide and your EI Max credentials. So let's go over to the course and take a look at the other pacing guide. Okay, here's the course landing page, and here is the information. Here's my information. This is one way to email me, or you can go into your email and you can email me from in there. I think it's easier to just go inside of the email and email me from in here. Okay, so let's go take a look at the pacing guide that we were talking about. Under course information, pace. We have two different pacing guides available here inside the course. The accelerated pace is the whole course in 1/2 of the year. That's I don't have anybody except for I think one person signed up for that. So most of you are on a traditional pace, a traditional school year. So we click on it, and you will see this pacing guide is different, is organized by week. Okay, and it doesn't have an equal number of assessments per week. It groups the number of assessments by how hard those assessments are collectively. So you look at week number 1, you have about around 7 assessments that would be due week 1 according to this pacing guide, and 7 because these tend to be some quick assessments, versus down here in unit 9, which is module 6, are tougher assessments, and so they're grouped accordingly. So this pacing guide, in combination with this pacing guide, which actually has dates on it, between the two you can get a really good layout and what we call a bird's eye view of the course. And that's what we would like for you to be able to do, to see the whole course and to make a plan. Excuse me. So the finish date you've seen, we're going to set most of you up for the December finish. Let's talk about the curriculum. We have 2 parts to our curriculum. The main curriculum here is Florida Virtual's curriculum. We wrote that curriculum, and it is designed to take even a beginner, a student who's fairly good with computers, who has a high math and high science ability. We can take that student and get that student up to a level 4 or 5 on the AP exam by May with our curriculum. We have also purchased a curriculum that could be used as a standalone curriculum. EIMAX, if you have read about that yet, EIMAX is a standalone curriculum. I mean, we could use EIMAX all by itself if we wanted to. The problem we run into with EIMAX is that EIMAX calls for certain prerequisites like calculus and physics, and they really mean it. This curriculum starts off at about 50 miles an hour. It's an advanced curriculum. So we use the two to make a really great curriculum. So let me show you how that works. You will start your lessons with module number 1, and you start in a sequential fashion. Module 1 will set up your computer, and there is even an assessment in module 1. By the time you get to module 2, and you get up into module 2 around 2.3, you're going to be flipping the pages. You're going to be reading the material and flipping the pages, and you're going to come to something that looks like this. Okay, this is a reference to an EIMAX lab that we want you to go over and complete. Okay, so you would go over to EIMAX, you log in, you click on the AP Computer Science course, you go to the table of contents, and here it is: Java Basics, Variables and Expressions, Integers. And you go here, right? You come here and you complete this lab on integers, and this is vital. Okay, the EIMAX has a grade book, and it has quizzes and exams. None of that is tied to your real grade book. Your real grade book is over here. Grade book in the main curriculum. Okay, that's your grade book. All of the quizzes and tests and grades that IMAX will kick back they're not tied to your grade book. So you can think of it as like a learning playground where you can go in and take those quizzes and exams over in EIMAX and not have to worry about, you know, how poorly you do. That you can focus in on the learning. Okay, many of our quizzes and exams over on this side, which count, those questions are written from content that you're supposed to read in EIMAX. So we lean on EIMAX for a lot of our quiz and exam questions. Okay, over here, and there's a quiz. Okay, quite a few quizzes, and you get to your first exam in module 6. Your first exam is a long ways off. Okay. All right. Let's go back to our agenda topics. So the course structure. The course is 20 modules long or 20 units long. You can see the numbering system starts at module 1 and it goes down to module 10, which is the first half of the course. And then you begin the second half of the course, we hopefully over the winter break or in January, and you finish up module 20 in April. So 10 modules in the first half of the course and 10 modules in the second half of the course. Alright, it's how the course is structured. Alright, we have some rules regarding your regular assignments. Let's go and take a look at what an assignment might look like in the regular curriculum. I'll go back to that same 2.3. An assignment page will look like this. And this is assignment. Of course, all these count. It will tell you exactly what to do. You will receive a separate assignment instructions for each assignment. You can print out the assignment instructions in the morning time and take them with you to school and read through them during the day when you have time. Those are the little strategies that I would use to like sort of stay in the course, keep my head in the course. Okay, while I'm not physically doing the course. All right, so everything's spelled out. What you need inside of your code, it's all spelled out. You can turn in a regular assignment as many times as it takes to get a perfect score. So you can resubmit an assignment. If you don't get a perfect grade, you can submit it again. Of course, efficiency is on your side, so you know, as many of them as you can nail on the first submit, the faster the course will go for you. The quizzes and exams have limited retakes, and usually that is 0 retakes. You take it one time. You take a quiz or exam one time and you live with that grade. So you definitely want to max out your assignments, because you may fall short on a quiz or exam, and you can use your high average in your assignments to counteract a poor grade on a quiz or an exam. You can score as low as a B or C on a quiz or an exam and still make an A in the course. But once you start getting into the C territory, you're really getting close to A- status overall. So that gives you an idea on your big test. You want to at least be in the B category if you expect to make an A in the class. Discussion-based assessments. All right, let's navigate this lesson to Module 3. Module 3 will be your first discussion-based assessment. And when you get to this page, it lets you know that you need to make an appointment with me so that I can call, and we're going to do a 10-minute discussion-based assessment. You can go to the announcements page, which is the landing page, scroll down to the bottom and make an appointment for the discussion-based assessment. It's a 10-minute talk on concepts that you've just finished programming. We're not going to talk code, because I will have hundreds of lines of your code by then. We're going to talk concepts, okay? And it's 10 minutes. So don't fret. Please don't run from it. It's easy. Around 80% of them result in perfect scores, because if you program even 90, I'd say as high as 90% of my DBAs result in perfect scores, because kids call when they've completed the work, when they've gotten to that point. And if you've gotten to that point, then you know the concepts. You're able to talk about them. So don't put those off. The final exam rule states that no matter how high your average is, you still must pass the final exam. So if you figured out that you can basically almost skip the final exam and still receive a C in the course, well, you can't do that. You have to pass the final exam with a 60 or better. And most of the students in the AP Computer Science are trying to reach an A level anyway. But we have to tell you. We have to tell you about that rule. Okay, your minimum progress in the course that you need to make per week is in stark contrast to your pacing guide. Your pacing guide will show 4 grades per week. You need only 2 grades per week to not end up on my principal's, not working list. He prints out reports weekly on students who are not working and falling behind, and in order for you not to be on that list, you have to at least send 2 grades per week. That lets us know that you're alive, that you're trying, and that will stop us from, just calling you when you're probably very busy. All right, so I think you guys know what that's about. How your grade will be calculated, I may be able to show you a little bit here. Let's see. It's a point system. I'm trying to get back to my grade book here, to what a student's grade book will look like. It's a point system. Let me go down to the bottom. And it is a ratio between the number of points you earn and the total number of points in the class. So it's pretty straightforward, running average. And the last thing I need to let you know about that. Okay, no, it's just calculated. It's a division problem. We divide those 2 numbers and multiply times 100. The exams have more points associated with them than the regular assignments. So when you reach a test or exam, you do know it's weighted that way by having more points assigned to it. All right, let's get back to this agenda, and we want to tell you about how to be successful in the course. I'm going to add one more topic, and that's going to be resources. How to be successful in this course. By far, there's only one piece of advice that kids say is very valuable, and that is taking the first 3 modules in this course with a fine-tooth comb. Specifically, once you get to module 2, you're going to start running into some things that look very familiar to you. Module 2 is full of order of operations and arithmetic expressions, and students see that stuff and they say, oh, okay, I'm a calculus student, I know all about the order of operations and arithmetic expressions. Well, only about 80% of that information is the same. There's about another 20% of information that is different from conventional math. In particular, there's some small things with the order of operations, and there how Java does division and deals with remainders, how it does integer math in relation to how it whole number integer math, as opposed to dealing with decimal points. So it does some things that are not conventional, and it's the 20% of the things that are not the same that are going to be tested, okay, in May and by us, because of course we know that you can write an algorithm using some of the operations that are the same in conventional math. We're going to be seeking to know that you understand how Java does division, how does it use the modulus math, okay, things of that nature. I need you to find the 20% difference in how Java computes math and in comparison to how your regular conventional math. Okay, and that needs to be clear. As we say, that's why we say the first 3 modules with the fine-tooth comb, because you're seeking out the differences. And if you skip information, you're going to set yourself up for heartache. So the module 1, module 2, module 3 are foundations. And what you do in these 3 modules, you will be doing for the next 17 modules. So you need to make sure that every stone is unturned in the first 3 modules. Resources. There's some resources that you're not going to know about unless you listen to this welcome call. Okay, let's go to my announcements page. These resources here are very easy to overlook, okay? But these top 2 are very important. I'm going to open them in a new tab. Okay. This first one is a help site for you guys, okay? And girls, of course. This is organized by the module number. You can go inside and get help. We have tips, we have hints, and we even have some starter code every now and then. Also, we have recorded video of lessons on that particular topic or that particular assignment that you may be facing. So this is our website for you, boys and girls, the help site. I have a YouTube channel where I show you how to schedule a discussion-based assessment, how to enter a recorded live sessions, how to, even if you're just having trouble submitting your first assignment, maybe you're skipping information or something, but you need to know how to turn in an assignment. We show you how to do it. How in module 2 you will do student comments and what's called a PMR. All of it is inside of the course, but I made a separate video, to make sure that you get it, because these are points. These are points that will be given to you on your submissions when you have everything complete. Okay, so the video channel and the help site. One last thing before we go is eIMAX. You know that eIMAX, we're going to send you over to eIMAX about 40% of the time. So eIMAX is a great big part of the curriculum. Just because we don't take grades from it, we do take grades from it in the form of some of the quiz and exam questions that we ask you. But what I wanted to show you about eIMAX is that it's an online textbook. Look at this. It's interactive. Okay. And I'm going to put a 4 in here and run it. It's interactive. I think they have a patent on this stuff because no one else has it. This is one of the elite programs in the United States for high school computer science. And so this is fantastic. But I wanted to show you that this was 569 pages of text and resources. So this is another resource for you. This is a huge resource. Let's go to the index. You can look things up by topic. Okay, look at that. That's beautiful. So you should not go out to the internet for solutions. The AP College Board has designated what it called your subset of knowledge, what every high schooler needs to know in computer science for advanced placement. And so when you go out on the internet for solutions to your coding problems in class, you're going to run I'd say 75% of the solutions that you find are going to be outside of what the College Board needs you to know. Okay, because for any one programming challenge, there can be 5 or 6 ways to program it, or 5 or 6 solutions. We're focusing in on solutions that you need to know in order to pass your exam in May. So we've got this thing dialed in. As a matter of fact, if you finish our course before the AP exam in May, you're at a higher than 96% chance of passing, and that's usually with a 4 or 5. score. So we've got this thing dialed in. We know how we want you to write the code because we have you practicing the subset of skills that is going to be tested in May. And we have you practicing the subset of skills that the colleges have said they want you to show up with. Okay, and the concepts and programming that they want you to show up with when you hit their campus. So going out on the internet can be a big no-no. Okay, and you can learn a solution which will earn you almost no points on a quiz or exam or the exam in May. You could learn solutions that are not a part of the AP subset and will be scored down, because with every programming challenge you're programming according to a rubric or what we want to see inside of the program. So there's reasons for everything. I have talked quite a bit, so I'm going to let you know now that you've reached the end of the video. You need to send me an email from inside of the course or from my contact information on the landing page. Let me know that you have finished the welcome call video and that you're ready for your pacing guide and that you're ready for your eIMAX credentials so that you can log into there. And I hope to see you in the gradebook soon. You can contact me by phone or by email. Most students prefer email, but if you do give me a call and I can't answer, I will call you back as soon as I get a chance. So talk to you later.